In this video, we're going to be talking about how to solve a one-sample z-test with the use of Minitab. So a one-sample z is you are trying to figure out whether the sample mean differs significantly from a specified value when the standard deviation is known, which is the problem that we have right here. So 41 fossil humerus bones were dug at a site where species A is known to have existed. Species A is known to have a mean ratio of 8.5, so assume that all bones are from the same species. The length to width ratios of these humerus bones has a sample mean of 9.26 and a sample standard deviation of 1.20. So the question is, can we conclude that these bones belong to species A? So perform a 0.05 test to check. So we are going to determine whether the sample mean of the humerus bones differs at 8.5, which is the population mean that species A is known. And we need to keep in mind that this question right here, we have no raw data for it, so it is a summarized data. And to figure that out, we're going to use Minitab. So let's head over to our Minitab and input our given data. So now that we are here in our Minitab, we don't need to create a table because our question is a summarized data and we don't have any raw data for it. So it's just fine to leave it just blank. So what you're going to do next is click on Stat, then hover on Basic Statistics, and click on One Sample Z. And from the drop-down list, click on Summarize Data, and in here, you're just going to have to input the givens from your question. So your sample size, which is 41, and your sample mean is 9.26, and your standard deviation is 1.20. After that, you're going to check Perform Hypothesis Test and type in 8.5 as your hypothesized mean, which is your population mean that we know as species A. And then click OK. So now that you have your calculations right here, what we need to focus is our hypothesis test. So our null hypothesis states that the mean is equal to 8.5. And our alternative hypothesis is the mean is not equal to 8.5. And then our z value is 4.06 and our p-value is 0, which is less than the significance level of 0.05. Regardless if you round it up to like 4 or 5 decimal places, 0 is still less than 0.05. So the result of this test is to reject the null hypothesis, and therefore we can conclude that there is a sufficient evidence at the 0.05 level of significance that the bones are not from species A. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you learned something from this video. Feel free to comment in the comment box down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video, so stay tuned.